Everything on Olvera Street by Evelyn, Coleman, illustrated by Tammy Smith. Last summer, I visited my Aunt Helen in Los Angeles, California. On my first Saturday, Aunt Helen enjoyed a late breakfast. Kina, she asked as we ate, how would you like to have Mexican food for dinner? I don't know, I said. I've never had Mexican food before. You'll love it, she said. Will we go to Mexico to get it? I asked. I had always wanted to visit a Mexican market. Aunt Helen smiled. Not exactly. We're going to Olvera Street. Will we get the Mexican food at the grocery store there? I asked. No, she said, not at a grocery store. Just wait and you'll see. After breakfast, we dressed quickly and hopped into Aunt Helen's convertible. We tied scarves around our hair and fastened our seatbelts, then off we went to Olvera Street. On Olvera Street, Aunt Helen held my hand. There were a lot of people. The street was very colorful. There were shops, gift stalls, food stands, and restaurants. Aunt Helen said, this is a very old part of the city. Look, a band, I said, pointing. That's the mariachi band, Aunt Helen said. They're playing Mexican music. Do you like it? Yes, I shouted. I ran to join the children who were dancing. We stopped in front of a stall with many beautiful flowers. I touched the prettiest one and was surprised. The flowers looked so real, but they were made of paper. Aunt Helen let me choose one to put in my hair. This is a tortilla shop, Aunt Helen said. The tortilla is a flat bread. What is the woman doing? I asked. She's using a tortilla press, Aunt Helen said. That's how she makes the tortillas flat and round like pancakes. At the next shop, Aunt Helen bought bags of black beans, rice, corn husks for tamales, and hot peppers. Aunt Helen poured dried beans into my hand. Try these, she said. I frowned, but did as she said. I couldn't believe it. They tasted great. We strolled along, checking out all the handmade crafts and clothing. They have everything here, I said to Aunt Helen, and she agreed. If you enjoy Mexican food, clothes, crafts, and music, you can find everything on Olvera Street. Aunt Helen told me, many families have lived and worked on Olvera Street for a long time. Others have just come to join them. This is how ethnic communities develop. Students often visit Olvera Street to learn the history of the city. What's that? I asked, pointing to a beautiful castle hanging above us. That's a piñata. Aunt Helen said it's filled with candy and other small treats. At a party, children hit at it with a stick. Finally, it breaks open and the treats fall out. Mexicans have lots of celebrations, so lots of piñatas are sold. They come in all kinds of shapes. I laughed. Look at that funny donkey over there. He looks furious. Would you like to have that one? Thanks, Aunt Helen, but I'd rather have this one. It looks like a doll. Aunt Helen paid, and the woman handed me the doll piñata and a cup. Are you having a celebration, my young friend? She asked. We will make one, Aunt Helen said. I stared into the cup. It wasn't milk. Thank you, but what is it? Rice water, the woman said. This time I didn't frown when I tasted it. It was sweet and delicious. Wow, everything is on Olvera Street. Now it's time to think and respond. Number 1. Where does this story take place? Number 2. What things does Aunt Helen buy? Number 3. What does Keena learn from visiting Olvera Street? Number 4. Do you think Keena will return to Olvera Street? Explain. Number 5. Compare Keena's reaction to the dried beans and her reaction to the rice water. And number 6. What would you like to do on Olvera Street? Here's some extra activities. Make a flyer. Make a flyer to tell people about Olvera Street. Draw pictures and write about what people can see and do there. Home-school connection. With a family member, find California on a map of the U.S. If the map shows where Los Angeles is, point to the city.